Y'all, I got a story for you. This one is called The Narcissism. Y'all probably like, man, why it's dark? What's wrong with your phone? I know it's dark. It's dark because this story is dark. Check this out. So I just met a gal, a woman, and I'm single. So, gotta put yourself out there. All right, so I meet this woman. I'm gonna tell y'all about how narcissism works and how intricate it can get. I meet this woman. I meet her on a dating app. That might have been the first problem. Might hear that and be like, But yeah, I meet her on the dating app. I like her profile. She liked mine back. And then we start talking, have a little short engagement on that app. And then I say, all right, let's exchange numbers. And right then I kind of noticed like she kind of drop off with her communication. Like we'll be talking, corresponding, for like 5-10 minutes. And then I'll send a message and she wouldn't respond until like the next day in the afternoon. And we was talking yesterday in the morning. So I was just like, all right, whatever. But mental note. Anyway, we finally get to the phone part. So we're not on that app anymore. I call her. And I immediately notice when I'm talking to her that something's wrong with her phone. Something was wrong with this woman's phone. She had bad reception. She had, I don't know what she had going on. Basically, as I'm talking to her, it sounds like there is a 10-second, 15-second delay in everything she's hearing and everything she's saying. You could tell, when you're talking on the phone to somebody and it's like, they be like, so what'd you do this morning? What'd you eat? And you immediately answer because you heard that. And you're like, oh yeah, I went to McDonald's and got me one of those big breakfasts. I don't eat pork, so I got the little the little chicken patty substitute, and yeah, rocked out on that. And after that, I went to the gym, because I like to kind of work out sometime after breakfast. But yeah, that's basically what I did this morning. That was my breakfast time. You say all that, and then it's like, yeah, so that's what I did with my breakfast time. Oh, so you went to McDonald's? Like, what the hell is that? Like, what was that long pause? Like, anyway, like that gets real awkward. So, like, in that long pause, you either sitting there like, awkward silence. Did you hear me? Or like, what? Do you not like big breakfasts? You not rock out with McDonald's or something? Like, what was that awkward part? So I'm trying to gauge this social awkward thing. And then it gets to the point where it's like, after I say that, in 15 seconds, ain't nothing got said, so you go on to something else. So then it'll start getting to, so that scenario's happening. Then the next one that's happening is, it's like, oh yeah, so what'd you eat this morning? what'd you do for breakfast this morning? And I answer it with all of that stuff. And I get to the part where I'm done and I'm like, yeah. So that's what I did for breakfast. What about you? What'd you do? And the awkward silence comes again. Like, yo, did she hear me? And then she come back and say something like, oh, okay. Would you like to hear what I did for breakfast? Are you going to ask me about what I did for breakfast? And I'm just sitting here like, yo, I just did. Like, hold on, wait. And then, mind you, I'm talking about narcissism. So you gotta peep whether they are overt or covert narcissist, it's gonna come out. So like even right then, that's gaslighting. I just asked you that. You might not have heard it because of what? Your phone, not my phone. So I'm even trying to like these are I'm not gonna call these red flags, but they're that's not like very becoming. Now, right then and there, I could have, hindsight being 2020, I probably should have checked that like, hold on, wait. That's what I just asked you. I literally just asked you, what'd you do for breakfast? And then somehow addressing that. Now, keep in mind with narcissists, man, you can't really let them slide on things. Because every time you let something go with a narcissist person, they're like establishing a precedent with you. So I'm trying to be humble. I'm trying to be, I'm trying to be, chill. So when she say that, I don't really respond to it. I just ask the question again. Or when she was like, well, would you like to know what I did for my morning? Or would you like to know what I have for breakfast? I'm like, yeah, sure. What'd you do? And I just, okay, omit that. Not even, let me just let that go because it ain't that serious. But it actually is. You'll find out that things like this actually are serious when you're dealing with a narcissist. So anyway, she tell me what she's doing. Or she tell me what she did for breakfast. So now this is like the fourth or fifth little kind of indication that like, yo, your phone is going to cause problems for us trying to talk. Whatever though. Since this is the fourth or fifth time, now I do kind of, humbly speak on it like, hey, is there something going on with your phone? And get this part. Narcissists will do this. See, narcissists actually are trolls to themselves. If you pay attention to a narcissist, they'll actually attract attention to their buffoonery. They will put a beacon over their buffoonery. And that same buffoonery that they put a beacon over and attracted attention to, or even confessed and admitted to, after that, they will never, ever take accountability for it or acknowledge the inconvenience or, hiccup that it might cause in things. They won't do that. It's not in them. So I say, yo, is there something wrong with your phone? Because it's like, when I'm talking, you be responding like 10, 15 seconds later to what I said. And then I be talking and then you interrupt me, or from my angle, it appears like, all right, we done pivoted on to the next thing that we talking about, and about 2 seconds into me talking, Here you come responding to something that I said 20 seconds ago. I mean, like, I'm basically, I'm trying to, like, you know, be like, hey, yo, is there something wrong with your phone? Because, you know, that's what's going on. It's like a 15-second delay or something. She says, oh, yeah, I be having issues with my phone. Something's wrong with this phone. It be having a delay in it. It acts up. Did you all hear that part? Okay, now, I'm trying to show y'all something. When it comes to narcissists, you can always look back. If you've got hindsight and if you are cognizant, you can look back and always trace the crap that comes afterwards and the crap that becomes. You could trace it back to, like, you know what? That was the red flag right there that I should have responded to. Or that was the red flag right there that I should have forced a compromise on. Or that was the red flag right there that I should have forced an adjustment on. Or that was the red flag that just should have made me decide, you know what, this ain't gonna work. Swerve. This is also the beauty of a narcissist, because they'll get you feeling like, man, you know what? I walked right into that one. So anyway, she says that. Now, this is the other thing that a narcissist will do. They will play off of your empathy. And dang sure don't let it be sympathy. Now, see, empathy is something that, like, you ain't had to deal with, but in your heart and in your spirit, it's like, man, dang, I can understand. You know, you can't identify with it because you ain't had to deal with no circumstances like that. But it's like, man, dang, I can understand how that would be tough. Or, oh man, I feel for you. You can sympathize with them when you've been in that situation. They will tear up both of those. In her situation, it wasn't empathy. It was sympathy, because I've been in that situation. I done had a phone where I got to talk on Wi-Fi because I don't have actual phone service. And, you know, I got this rinky-dink app that drops calls and, like, you know, I've been in those situations. I got this little rinky-dink daggone flip phone in 2009. You know, I knew what she was going through. I understood it. So instead of, like, being like, yeah, man, well, you're going to have to do something about that, because, yeah, this ain't working. We can't really have fluid conversations. It's like either we talking over each other or nobody's talking. But then you coming back and saying you were talking. I just couldn't hear you because of your phone. Or I'm talking and you're saying that you can't hear me because of your phone. So yeah, we're not doing this. You're going to have to fix that. And, you know, maybe when you fix that up, hit me back up. See, I didn't do that. For whatever reason, I thought maybe that'd be a little harsh. Or, you know, however you want to look at it, be like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I'm not really comfortable talking to you in this circumstance. If you maybe get another phone or something, I'll be happy to pick up with you. I didn't do that. For whatever reason, well, I just didn't decide to do that. So after she gives me the disclosure, this is the beacon. Because the rest of this story and how it plays out, it all has to do with that. So, now I know the situation. She's done attested to the situation. So now, in classic form, dealing with a narcissist, I had the decision of whether or not I move forward And I made the decision to move forward and continue with it. So to a certain extent, I can't just put all of this on that person. Understand, people, when it comes to narcissist people, man, you got some accountability in it too. You chose to deal with this narcissist. My goofy ass chose to keep talking to this person and continue with the conversation after I've clearly, put on the table that, hey, I'm having trouble communicating with you. And she's clearly put on the table, yeah, it's my phone. I continue to talk to her. Anyway, so I continue to talk to her. And basically, the same stuff keeps on going on. We doing all right. The vibe is cool, but this is a margin for error. So we actually get through that night talking. It's cool. At the end of the conversation, though, she says something, and this is some other narcissistic stuff. I want you all to peep this. She says, yeah, I got another phone that I use. I got a better phone. I'm just, I'm on this one. Or something to the degree of like, this is the number I give out to people when I first meet them. Or, something like that. So it was almost like there is another option. There's a solution to this problem that you clearly just, spoke on. I could, if I wanted to, talk to you on the phone that's not fucked up, but I'm going to choose not to. I'm going to keep talking to you on the phone that I just admitted is messed up. I didn't look that far into it at that point in time because, ain't no sense in that. But when she said, basically, yeah, I do have a good phone, a much better phone, I'm trying to be, cordial and civil with it. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Well, yeah, let's talk tomorrow if you got time. And she like, okay. And I'm like, okay, but yo, is there any way that you could call me on this other phone? Because this one, again, it's adding a little bit of degree of difficulty communicating with you. I'm not complaining. And peep that again. See, narcissists will like to project that you're complaining or bitching when you're making mature communications. Being an adult and being mature, you have to address discrepancies and fallacies and errors or inconveniences. You're supposed to do that. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, she's like, okay, yeah, we could do that. All right. That's what she said. So I move on about my business. And then the next day, I hit her up. I sent her a little text. I'm like, hey, what's up? And this is what she did. Now, see, this is what she don't know. I've been in that situation where I've had one of those daggone phones, where it's like I can't even explain it, man, but it's kind of like, man, you got communication that you can talk, but it is not reliable. You won't be receiving calls. You'll be making calls and they won't go through. You'll be talking on the phone and it'll hang up just because you're using some knockoff app on the internet. Like, yeah. So I know what's going on. I hit her up, or at least I can fathom what's going on. But now, there's almost a pattern. Like, too much stuff is lining up with like, yeah, your phone is going to be an issue here. So I hit her up. Whatever time I hit her up, she responded like 7-8 hours later. And when she responds 7-8 hours later, it's something like, oh, sorry, hi, my phone just now got the, it was something like, I'm sorry, I didn't see this message until an hour ago. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I'm thinking, okay, you just saw it an hour ago, but I sent it like 7 hours ago. I mean, that's all good. It ain't like, yo, I texted you, why didn't you respond in 30 minutes? Ain't nobody saying all of that. That's something else a narcissist would do. Be on the lookout for that. When you try to not even necessarily establish a boundary, but basically kind of communicate a preference, or whether you communicate it or not, if you have a preference, like for example, maybe you're not the type of person that likes to call people and not hear back from them until 8 hours later, and they're like, hey, I just saw you call. Or you text them something at 10 o'clock and they responding at 7 o'clock at night like, hey, just seeing your text. You know, maybe, I don't know. And then if that is the case, it kind of make you feel better if it's like, oh, they was busy. Oh, they were making moves. Not, oh, your phone messed up and it's not getting my messages or my calls until 7 hours later. This also the person to be like, I tried to call you, but it wouldn't go through. So now they've pretty much given themselves an excuse for like, why you got to call them all the time. Or if ever it comes up like, you know, yo, I called you this weekend and you ain't pick up. Now, this whole time, if you following the story, you know it's their phone. So when you called them on the weekend, their phone maybe didn't even ring because of its reception and just, you know, what it's got going on. So they didn't even get your phone calls on the weekend. We done established that they got a problem with their phone like 10 minutes ago, right? So Monday come and it'll be like, because they're a narcissist, it'll be like, oh, so what happened? Why you ain't hit me up this weekend? It's like, yo, I did hit you up. You didn't pick up. And you over here already a little kind of like, dang, man, I called you twice and you ain't pick up. What's going on? And here this person coming back like, why you ain't call me? First of all, why you didn't call me? If you were to ask that, they'd be like, oh, well, I did, but it went straight to voicemail. Basically alluding to something wrong with your daggone phone. Like, and even if there is something wrong with my phone, maybe to entertain, it's hard to even go with that because we've already came across 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 issues with your phone. It's a precedent established at this point. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that I see in my mind. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm starting to kind of zoom in on that a little bit, man. You texting me 7, 8 hours later saying you just got the message an hour ago, like, okay, like, all right, man, we starting to establish a precedent with you not being reliable when it comes to communication. But I'm not trying to be harsh and judgmental, because you can find something wrong with damn near anybody after talking to them for a couple of hours. We don't want to do that, right? But I'm like, okay, so this is going to be an issue. Again, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, well, cool. Yeah, so anyway, what you up to? And we talk, and we have semi-decent conversations, but again, guess what's happening, y'all? Can't hear her. She can't hear me. Yet again, I had a decision. I could be like, hey, man, at this point, the real me is probably gonna be like, yeah, we can't do this. Like, you cool and I like you, but like, you know, this phone stuff ain't gonna work. Like, we're gonna have to meet in person or something. And to be honest with you, I don't even like talking on the phone. Like, I'd rather meet in person. And funny, another thing. Talking about narcissists, be careful finding out that you compromise with a narcissist too much. See, I'm the type of guy, if I meet you, man, we could talk on the phone maybe like 1 or 2 times. After that, man, we need to go ahead and like set something up and meet. What we talking on the phone for 3 months for? Like, that's sketchy to me. We live in the same town. We've been talking for this long, and we ain't been able to see each other. It's something weird about that. Now, dang, you can't just meet me and be like immediately in 5 minutes, like, yeah, let's meet up, because something sketchy about that too. I'm gonna be like, ugh. But anyway, now I'm having to make a bunch of compromises. Now, I'm already talking on the phone with her a little too much. Like, all this talking that we've done, we grown. We could have met and had a coffee or something right now. Like, do you got time to do that? I'm not trying to sit here holding the phone and shit. And plus, in my opinion, you can't really get to know somebody talking on the phone like that, man. You need some eye contact. You need like present stimulation, man. Like, you need let me see what's up with you if you're trying to get to know somebody. Anyway, that's just me. Everybody ain't got to be like that, but that's me. So I'm already kind of, we doing a little bit too much talking on the phone for my cup of tea, which is the compromise. Then her phone's all jacked up, which is kind of, I wouldn't even say that's a compromise. That's like, I think anybody would have a issue with that. And then, guess what she did, y'all? She called me on the same phone that I had just been complaining about talking to her on. She didn't call me on the other phone. The phone that would have eliminated all of this stuff that comes. Nope, called me on that same broke-ass, crappy phone. Should have been like, hey, is this that same phone? Hey, yeah, I thought we just talked about this. And you even said that you was going to hit me up on the other phone. So now you're not really following through on your word. We talk about a narcissist here, right? I spoke on it. And she said, okay, yeah, I could do that. I'll hit you up on the other phone. She didn't do it. Huh. All right. Like a fool, kind of. Well, I'm not going to call myself a fool. I can hear her enough, but it's actually worse this time. So now instead of like a 5 or 10 second delay, it's like no less than 10 seconds. Like it's like 3 or 4 more seconds got added onto the delay. So you know what happens? So what happens is, again, these awkward silences. I'm not really hearing reciprocation. And we done talked about why I'm not hearing no, you be talking and they be like, oh, for real? I'll be like, oh, be like, dang. Or, just little things that let you know somebody can hear you. Like, I'm not hearing that. And then now I'm finding out that like her phone is even, is functioning even worse now. Climax, guys. About 30 minutes into this story, I had to build this up. So now, keep in mind all of the stuff that I done told you about narcissism. We get to a point where, again, now I'm speaking back on this issue. I'm bringing it back circle, because now it's like, okay, the phone thing. So now I spin it back full circle, be like, I am really having trouble hearing you. This is now like the 6th or 7th time that I done said something about this. I was like, yo, I'm really having trouble hearing you, and I can't even tell if you hear me. So, and I feel like I'm doing all of the talking, but I don't know if that's just because I can't hear you when you trying to talk, and you just, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I don't know, like, how you feel, like, what you thinking? Because I can hear you when you talk. It's just that when we try to have correspondence, it's not working because we can't, you know, we ain't walkie-talkieing right. Something wrong with the walkie-talkies here. So, yeah, I'm going to just kind of chill out a little bit because I feel like I'm doing all the talking and I don't really know if you can hear me. So I'm going to let you have the floor, man. Like, okay, so, tell me some stuff about yourself. Like, or what you want me to know about you? What you about? Like, what you got going on? Like, I'm kind of like, tell me some things about yourself. Now, peep this out. Narcissists don't want to do that. This is another angle of narcissism. Man, I'm putting you guys up on so much game of narcissism right now. When you meet a narcissist, they don't want you to know nothing about them, really. They want to know all about you because they collecting data on you. They don't want you to really know stuff about them because then you got data on them. But then because they are narcissists and they thinking about themselves so much, they really aren't ever as good at sticking to the script. So I'm like, yo, man, I'm you rock out. Let me know about you a little bit or something like that. And she's all like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. No. And I'm just like, now, there again, just for my spirit and me and how I roll, I'm not trying to be on the phone with somebody. Now, I mean, some people is talkers. I'm a talker. If you know me, you know I'm a talker. I got the gift of gab. But at the same point in time, I don't want to be on the phone with somebody for an hour. I mean, I don't want to be on the phone with somebody for an hour and I'm doing 45 minutes of the talking. Now, that could happen. If you know me, you know. That could happen. But I don't want it to be out of an hour, I'm doing 45 minutes of the talking because your phone messed up and like when you talking, I can't hear you. Or I'm just kind of talking and telling my story and you asked a question that would kind of like, make it more of a dialogue, but I couldn't hear your question because your phone's fucked up. So now it's just me talking. No, I'm not trying to do all of the talking because of that. I could do all of the talking because you're a quiet person. I could do all of the talking because I'm in a talkative mood. But I'm not going to. This is crazy. So, first she's all like, nah. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, okay, all right. Now you got to get a little bit of pushback because like this whole situation, I'm not going to let you get too comfortable with me meeting you where you at, but you like, can you like, let me know a little something about you? Like, I don't know, speak on yourself. Like, how hard is, I don't know. I really don't know. That's really crazy. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So, well, tell me about your last relationship. Now, this is so funny. This is why you don't let people let you do all the talking. I finally get her to talk now. And this is something people don't really get. Some people got built-in narcissistic busters. Some people got anti-narcissism software in their brain. I might be one of them. I feel like I might be dealing with one of them right now. So I'm just like, okay, no. I'm not going to let you just sit here in your comfort zone and just ask me questions or just sit here and get to know me. And I still don't know shit about you yet, but we're trying to move forward. Like that's not even lucrative. She finally get to talking once I throw that on the table because, man, there's some stuff I needed to know. There's some stuff she wasn't going to tell me if I hadn't taken that angle on her. Would you believe that she gets to talking about her relationship and it's like, yo, it's got violence in it. It's got like attempted murder in it. with her doing it. And she beat the charges and stuff. Hey, y'all. Why I didn't hang up this damn phone right then? It's like, I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, this is reason number 12 that you don't do all the talking because, man, you actually let people slide under the radar if you do all of the talking. They've been done slid right under the radar into your base and planted a bomb in that mug, and you have no idea because you never made them reveal themselves. She says she beat somebody with a hammer. And I'm just like, whoa. And I'm like, oh. Now, me being me, I'm not trying to jump to no conclusions. Because, man, some people in this world be deserving to get their ass beat. But at the same time, I'm also like, damn. What's going on in a relationship and how toxic is it? And how and why are you still choosing to stay in it with somebody to the point where it gets so bad where you got to beat their ass with a hammer? People don't be asking these questions. I do. When it comes to like domestic violence or crazy stuff like that, I always wonder, man, why didn't somebody leave? How y'all still together type stuff. So really that told me a lot about it right there. Ain't trying to judge, but man, see, people don't understand when you got the gift of gab, you are a very good listener as well. People don't get how people develop the gift of gab is because they're actually good listeners. Dun dun dun. Yeah. So I hear that. Dang, I don't even need to hear. She don't even need to talk for like, oh, you got anger issues. You a rebel with a cause. You done tasted violence and getting away with it. So you got that like, you got that Wild Wild West in you. That shit emboldened you, didn't it? And the way she was talking about it, it was kind of like it emboldened her. She was talking about this dude, like, I don't know if y'all ever heard this song by the Dixie Chicks. It's called Earl Had to Die. She was talking about him like he was Earl. And Earl had to die. My whole thing is, why was your goofy ass in the relationship with Earl that long? Like we get to a point where we can't just put everything on the other person all the damn time. Why was you with Earl? Anyway, she tell me that. Now, here's the funny thing. Her telling me that story take about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And I'm quiet the whole time. You best damn believe I'm quiet the whole time. I'm listening. I want this. I'm getting two birds. I'm killing two birds with one stone, man. I'm not about to do all of the damn talking and then you sit here and sit back and assess my words without having to risk yourself. No, motherfucker, you better get out here and put something on the table too. What you mean? And then secondly, like, yo, yeah. Go ahead and tell me about yourself, man. Because I'm the type of person where I want to find out stuff today that you might try to keep in the closet until next month. I'm trying to find out stuff within the next month about you that you might be trying to, like, keep under wraps for 2 years. It's going to take 2 years for me to find out some detrimental detail of your life. Nah. Go ahead and, No. You're going to do some talking if you rocking with me. So, she tell me that and I'm just sitting here. Man, I'm sitting here staring at the hang up button on my phone. I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, and then look, check this out. Crazy narcissistic stuff too. So in her story, she, after the beating the hammer part, and she, catch a charge, and, now they litigating the case to see if her ass is going to go to prison or is she going to get off. She's like, and I got off. Oh, no. No, she said, the reason I got off is because in the process of the case, we were supposed to not be, having contact with each other, making communications. And he's steadily texting me and trying to call me and talk to me and all of this stuff. So, I show, my lawyer and the judge that, like, look at what this dude's doing. And basically, she got off on a damn technicality. If you want to be for real, she did. She O.J. Simpson that motherfucker. She O.J. Simpson him. I'm talking to a female version of O.J. Simpson. I'm talking to Carol Baskins. And she got off because the dude was goofy. Basically, from what it sounded like to me in the story, had he not have done all of that, man, at the very least, you would have had an uphill battle in that case. But and see, that's narcissistic stuff right there. Let me explain the narcissism there. See, a narcissism, in a room full of midgets, a dwarf is tall. If somebody if you 4'8" and you in a room of people that's 3'11", 4 feet even, and you 4'8", man, you be walking around feeling like you tall in that room. You not tall. That's narcissism. You out here thinking you tall, and it's only because you surround yourself with significantly shorter people. Why you do that? There's a reason that you do that. So, yeah. So basically, with this particular narcissistic soul, it's like, man, you clearly be hanging out with some, like, indignant characters or something like that. And whatever you got going on, you be entertaining indignant characters in your life. And you might not be as indignant as they are, but that don't mean you ain't still a piece of crap. You might be a solid piece of shit. You're not that you're not that diarrhea watery shit. You a solid turd, I give you that, but you still a piece of shit. Anyway, so I'm like, whoa. So kind of the gloves come off. At this point, man, she done unlocked some shit. Like, yeah, well, I see right now I ain't gonna play with you. Like, I like to say, like, my filter, I took a couple of inches out of my filter. Maybe a couple of centimeters, like, well, shit, man, let me, I am not talking to, like, the Queen of England here. And, shoot. This is, man, yeah, you gotta kind of, you hear some stuff like that, you gotta kind of switch up a little bit in your tactics, like, okay. All right, so I'm kind of moving forward, but check this out. Even the whole time she telling me that story, her phone breaking up, and I gotta, like, ask her to repeat stuff. And now in classic narcissistic fashion, guess what she's doing? She's now acting like maybe I'm not listening, or like when I ask her to repeat something because her phone broke out, she's like, I just said that I was at, it's like, yo, drop that sauce. Too much sauce. I don't care what you just said. The point is, I didn't just hear it because your phone is just fucked up. So all of that's going on with her story. It's like I'm learning like a whole lot about her. So she finally get done talking, and I'm just like, okay, all right. I ain't even gonna lie to you all. I'm basically at this point like, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, this probably ain't gonna. There's like a 10% chance of this now. So now you know what happens. Now, if you all could tell into this story, I'm annoyed with the fact of her phone this whole daggone time, and now she getting saucy with it. Now she talk about I just said, I just told you. Like, yo, hold up, wait. My hearing isn't the issue here, narcissist. Don't try to do that. We know what the issue is here. So now at this point, I start zeroing in on that. When she finished with her story, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm just like, hey, yeah, I am really, really having trouble hearing you, man. Even the whole time you told that story, and I wasn't even talking, and I can't hear you. Like, you can't hear me, and there was 1 or 2 times where I asked you a question in the middle of your story, and you didn't hear it until 15 seconds after I asked it, and then you answered it. It's like, what? Like, yeah, so at this point, I'm like, yeah, something got to give. And you know what she does? She's like, well, that's because you was over talking me. You kept asking me stuff while I was trying to talk. Look, man, I'm quiet for like 30 minutes. I asked her about like 30 seconds worth of questions in that 30 minutes. And she went out, you was trying to overtalk me while I was So I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. No, we're not going to do this. So I'm just like, man, what do you mean I was over talking you? You know this got a lot to do with your phone. I'm trying to be humble with it. I'm not just coming out of nowhere and be like, yo, I didn't overtalk you. Your phone is messed up and you can't hear me. And I can't hear you at times. So it's causing a little bit of a disturbance. It's causing a little bit of a hiccup in things. Where I'm over talking you and cutting you off come into play. Don't do that, narcissist. She did it. So at that point, I didn't like mask off. I didn't take the mask off or something like that. But I'm like, no, I wasn't interrupting you. Your phone was cutting out and I couldn't hear you. So I was asking you to repeat the parts that got cut out. And you couldn't even hear that until 15 seconds after I asked it. And then that's what's going on. So yeah, man, can we, let's talk on that other phone. Now she don't want to drop that. Now I'm calling her out on her phone. Now she realizes that there's a boundary being put up. Maybe too late. Understand, narcissists will always have you questioning how efficient you are at establishing boundaries and upholding them. If you really, really, really can get spiritual with it, actually these narcissistic fools that actually practice for your soul and your spirit and your resolve. When you come across these fools, instead of getting pissed off at them or beating them with a hammer or just staying with them and not saying shit and being some depressed, lonely, soulless vessel. Nah, man, you challenge them on their stuff. You uphold your boundary that you've established, and if it don't work, you tell them to kick rocks or you start kicking rocks. That's how you gotta be with them. So, yeah. Now it's to the point where I'm like, no, yeah, we're gonna have to switch up the phone, but she ain't trying to hear that. She wants to make it be more about, there's nothing wrong with my phone. It was you over talking me. You kept interrupting me. That's what it's all about now. It is no longer about her phone now. Have you all been following this story, bro? It is no longer about her phone now. Now it's because I was asking questions. Now, mind you, in a 30-minute time frame, I asked maybe 2 or 3 questions, which was like, wait, what was that last part that you said? Or, something like, oh, you said y'all went where? Because I can't hear what you're saying. So come on, don't play with me. So yeah, now it's all about the phone. Yo, I'm not hearing this. I'm not hearing that shit. So I'm like, man, all right, look, man, this phone stuff ain't working. Like I said, actually, no, I hadn't said that. Oh, well, no. Yeah, I had said that. So she got a like I said at that point, man, because, man, I got the mask pulled up to the point where you could see the bottom half of my face now. I ain't pulled the whole mask off, but she done made me pull it halfway up. So I'm like, yeah, no, this phone thing ain't gonna work, man. But like I said, if you want to meet in person, we could have a coffee or you know what I'm saying, catch something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Walk around the park. You know what I'm saying? We could do something in person, but this ain't cool. So then, this is so funny. You also got to watch out for people who use the word arguing. Be careful for people who be spamming the word arguing. So now I done basically shut that down, and I'm upholding that boundary anyway, so this phone thing ain't gonna go. We can meet in person or something, you know what I'm saying? Oh, and mind y'all, I left this part out. She had already given me this little back story about why her finances is messed up. So she halfway, in classic narcissistic fashion, when she told me a little financial issue that she got going on, now I'm in a position where it's oh, okay, so now I got to tolerate the fact that you're basically saying you won't use the good phone that you have, which is baffling me. And you don't have money to go, what are we doing here? So basically, I have to tolerate this if I'm going to move forward with you. No. Because I'm sitting here yo, why don't you just go I get a house phone before I deal with what you're dealing with. And, basically it's well, I can't afford that right now. I got this, that. Okay, why don't you just go get a straight talk phone? They got some real cheap ass phones you could just go buy from Walmart or do anything. There's so many options that you can do besides what you're doing right now. It's not even working for you. It's not about me. This ain't working for you. But she done threw out the preemptive excuse of, well, I ain't got money to do that right now. So, what she does do is she's like, okay, fine. What you doing tomorrow? I said, now get this. Now this is where it all goes south. She finally gives up that phone stuff. And we move on to this. So she's like, okay, so what you got going on tomorrow? During the daytime. And I was like, well, trying to see you in person, sometime, pull that off. Check that out. That should have been cool. That should have been all right. Game recognized game, something like that. The way you supposed to transition from that, the reciprocation from that is supposed to be something oh, okay. Well, what time you got in mind tomorrow? What you trying to do? What you got in mind? Or, okay. Well, this is what I got going on. This is the time I'm free. Or, something like that goes on. Or, oh yeah, no, I ain't gonna be able to see you Like tomorrow, because I got this going on. Or, okay. Something. No. You know what I get? I get a, but I thought you said that you had to do something with your job tomorrow. I thought you said you was waiting to talk to them. Now you see what's going on right here? Arguing. This is a narcissistic version of arguing. Arguing isn't just, again, man, I'm going to start roasting people. I'm going to start tapping into people that be spamming the word argument. Because people think arguing is just going back and forward, which is a very adolescent application to arguing. No. And especially when you're dealing with narcissists. That's not what arguing is. Arguing is that damn question. Well, it wasn't even a question. Arguing is that contradiction that she just made. She said, what you got going on tomorrow? What's your plans tomorrow? What you got going on during the day? And I'm like, oh, hey, I'm, maybe trying to see you sometime in person, maybe link up with you. And you come back with a contradiction. But I thought you said you had something going on. What is that? I'll tell you what that is. See, I try to leave all of the psychology education and stuff that I have out of it because I don't really like people that just only talk about things through a clinical psychological observation. Like you sound like a bot. But man, I've been talking for about an hour. If you still listening, cool. Now I'm gonna throw in some psychological stuff. Yeah, man. I'm dealing with all of this. And what she's doing, I told her, oh, I got a job offer that I gotta go accept tomorrow. I gotta, go take care of that. I can chew gum and walk at the same time. Or hell, I can sit down and chew the gum, spit it out, and then get up and walk. Just because I said I'm doing one thing, that don't mean I can't see you tomorrow, right? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? Or you could be humble with it. You could be humble with it. Man, people don't understand. Humility gets you a long way. If maybe you are trying to be considerate or cognizant of the plan I told you I had tomorrow, it doesn't come off argumentative. There's no but in there. Outside of that spirit and that mentality, I don't know, it probably would have went something like, oh yeah, I'm trying to, link up with you, maybe see you tomorrow. You would maybe say something like, oh, okay, well, what time you gotta do that thing with your job? Or that's not gonna conflict with the job thing you got going on. Or there's some type of respectful way. If you want to throw a contradiction in there or maybe entertain something that might be a contradiction, there's a way you go about it. You would do it, casually like that. You wouldn't come back like, in essence, but I thought you said you had this going on. Like, is that true or not? or your tone and just your whole demeanor is more like, well, how you gonna hang out with me and do that? Or like, what are you saying here? Like, oh man, damn, I forgot that I had that plan right in this moment of talking to you. I was about to just totally forget that I'll have that plan tomorrow and hang out with you the whole time. Like, what? I'm being funny. I'm being silly with it. But y'all get my point. She's trying to argue. She's trying to set the table for an argument. That's argumentative. People think that argumentative is only once y'all start going back and forth. Now y'all argument. Nope. Narcissistic people got argumentative spirits. Right then and there, that's an argument. It's like, hey, would you like to argue about this? That's basically what she did. So I call her on that because I'm tired of her shit at this point. Like, that was like the last straw. I'm like, okay, yeah, I have that going on tomorrow, but I could still make time to see you or hang out with you if you are okay with that. And she gets defensive. Like, I see you like to argue. It's so crazy that she did it in that moment. Because, yeah, it's almost like she didn't get what she wanted. Like maybe she wanted something like, what do you want? Like, what will suffice in that situation? Now, mind you, we're dealing with a narcissist. Hey, what you doing tomorrow? Oh, I done told you my plan. So, and this is the other thing with a narcissist. They're just oxymorons. So check this out. If you think the plan that I told you I have tomorrow is going to disable me from being able to see you, or somehow you think that the plan that I got or what I told you I was doing is that important, why the hell is you even worried? That's what I'm doing tomorrow. I just told you what I'm doing tomorrow. As far as you're concerned, you shouldn't be worried about nothing else. Because that's inevitably what you did. Once I brought up something else, you brought it back to like, but I thought you said you had this going on. So in essence, you shouldn't even be trying to worry about what I got going on tomorrow, because you know what I got going on tomorrow. Or chill your ass out. Maybe I can do what I said I was going to do and hang out with you. But no. Hey, I done talked to y'all until the light came up. And that was the beauty of this video. Because now we are getting to the light of the video. Now her narcissism has come to the light. Y'all see the light? The light's coming up now. Now the light is on the fact. Her narcissism, I done pulled that shit out the bag now. Now it's like, yo, I'm on to that shit. So I'm just like, so right when I'm starting to call her, basically right when I say, yo, yeah, I do have that plan, but I could still make time to see you and hang out with you if you can make time, What is we talking about here? And then she come with the whole, I see you like to argue. And I'm like thinking to myself, what the hell? And there again, she's got an argumentative spirit. So she just want to argue, basically. Either she gonna get me to start arguing with her, or she just gonna start arguing with me herself. Or either way, this is that type of spirit that wants problems, always. Anyway, so I'm just like, no, I'm not. I'm thinking in my mind, I'm about to hang up on her. Now, you know what actually happens, ironically? As soon as she's like, I see you like to argue, I get, what are you talking about? And then her phone hangs up. Now, in my mind, I'm like, okay, we just had a little, technically our first argument about your crazy ass phone. That didn't go well. Then we transition over to like, okay, anyway, so what you got going on tomorrow? This ain't going well. And then your phone hang up magically out of nowhere. Right as I'm starting to call you out on your narcissistic shit at this point. Or at least let you know I'm hip to it. I ain't trying to call you out on it, but I'm letting you know that I'm hip to it and I'm not really gonna like do this stuff with you. And then your phone just magically hang up. So I just keep it moving like, yo, you know what? I might have just dodged a nuclear bomb right there. Not a bullet, but I might have just dodged a nuclear bomb. So I just keep it moving. Would you believe that in about 15 minutes, I get a text from her? And you know what it is? It's the number to her other phone. But you know what the text doesn't have in it? Any explanation on why I just got hung up on. So understand this, y'all. We're talking, we get into it. Then I basically have to kind of set up a boundary like, yo, like, hey, like, yeah, this is about the second thing you kind of like trying to create an argument over. Like, and I done said what I said. Yeah, I said I got something going on tomorrow, but I said I'm trying to hang out with you. I can do both of those. That's what I said. And then back to the phone thing. Man, your phone's messed up. That's what I said. Matter of fact, that's what you said. So, like, you know, as soon as we got to that point where it's like, yo, I'm not going to be doing this with you, your phone hang up. Then 15, 20 minutes later, you just send me a text message like, hey, call me on this number. This is the number to my other phone. Now I'm in my bag, y'all. See, the sun done came up, man. See, I told her, I told her shit in the dark. Now the light's up. Now I'm gonna tell y'all that I'm in my bag now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm in my bag now. If you know me, yeah. You got you got some smoke coming. Cause I don't work like that. Like, I'm pretty chill until it's time for me to you know, cryogenically freeze your ass. Still chill, but now motherfuckers is blocks of ice. So I'm not about to let her pull this shit off. I shouldn't even have responded to her. I should have blocked her, but no, I just didn't want to at this point. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I didn't want to block her at this point. I want to tell her a little something about herself. Lord, forgive me. But I want her to know that this ain't okay. And I want to let her know, like, yeah, man. I will ghost a person, but I didn't choose to ghost you this time. I choose to let you know why I ain't talking to you no more. Not let you know the full scope, but man, I don't know, man. Sometimes when people are audacious, that's pretty damn audacious, man. Narcissists are audacious. They got audacity. You gonna hang up with me. Or better yet, some of y'all might be thinking this if you hear the story. You gonna hang up on me. But you might not even have hung up on me. It might have just been because your phone's shitty. So, but either way, I don't care. I'm not trying to deal with this at this point. And you're going to have to give me something. You can't just pop back up like, yeah, hit me up on this number. We can finally, you have now unlocked other phone. Like I done hit a freaking bonus level in a game. This a damn game? So I look at that message and I just kind of laugh to myself like, yo, you can't make this up. And I hit her back like, excuse me? Did you not just hang up on me? Picture me calling you back. That's what my text message said. And then she come back with the explanation that she should have gave and led with. This is something else narcissists will do. They won't give you no explanation. They won't give you no context. They won't disclose. They will omit and circumvent and weasel their way around anything and not tell you anything if they don't have to. They won't take accountability for anything if they don't have to. So now that I'm like, yo, excuse me, didn't you just hang up on me? Like, picture me calling you back after you just did that. Now she comes with, no, I didn't hang up on you. My phone be acting up and it just hung up on you. So, you know, now I'm giving you the number to the other phone, which is what you should have done in the first place. But no, now I'm fucking with her. I'm not fucking with her. But I'm just like, you know what? You don't even really seem trustworthy. Because at this point, I don't even believe you when you said that. And either way, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm not going to call you on that phone when I've been asking you to talk to me on that phone. And now that it's a problem for you, or what I don't know, whatever you got going on, now we can move forward and do what was in both of our best interests in the first place. Nope. So I'm like, nah, man, I'm not calling you. Like, that's the phone we should have been talking on the whole time. I asked you to make that adjustment for me, and you wouldn't. So I'm good now. I wish you well. You take care. Basically, that slow roll. I hit it with that slow roll. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, deuces. And you know what she does in classic form? She proceeds to lay into me and starts to call me all kinds of ugly. Tell me, you know, you don't look good, and you too, just basically childish stuff. Just start tearing down my character. And now I'm having fun with this. So I could either go right back at her, or I could just block her ass. Or I could do what I chose to do. I was like, ooh, now the real you's coming out. So tell me how you really feel. What else you got? And like a true narcissist, she doesn't even understand that I'm trolling her. And she immature as fuck, because you're not supposed to fall for that bait. Yeah, I was trolling her. You deserve to get trolled right now the way you acting. I'm not going to cuss you out or return your energy. But yeah, I'm not going to take it serious either. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You go right ahead and say whatever the hell you want to say about me. One, you know it ain't true. And then two, like, you know, whatever, that's fine. So, then she says even more. You know what the message that she sends back? The message that she sends back is, after I'm trolling her. I'm not even necessarily challenging her. I'm like, yo, if you gonna act silly, whatever else silly stuff do you have that you want to say to me? Like, because clearly you got pent up aggression and something is wrong with you. You know what? Go ahead and get some of that damn steam out your kettle, because you're obviously a little teapot, short and stout, and like, you know what I'm saying, you about to just, that tea kettle about to fly, the lid about to fly off that tea kettle and shoot somebody in their eye. So, yeah. She proceeds to tell me even more stuff. And I'll just be like, okay, right on, bye. You have a nice day. And never talk to her again. You know?